So, one of the most fascinating things that I've seen recently is actually the Devil's Bible, or also known as the Codex Gigas. I was watching a couple of YouTube videos where the guy ends up saying this manuscript is kept at the National Library of Stockholm in Sweden. And I'm like, it's right here. I mean, I have to
So I
go.
put a flower in my hijab and head to the National Library in Stockholm. It's very easy to access. It's a public library, and the manuscript is kept at the lower basement. This is actually the point where I'm slightly freaking out, and I don't know why. And then I finally see it, this really huge book. I have no idea how this book was completed in one night. It's all white and it literally has the cover that you can tell is from a very, very medieval time.
It's true that every object, every location has an energy, and the energy was a bit dark, maybe because the lights were dim. But the whole fascination is with the myth of how this manuscript was actually created. It was created by a guy who was given a punishment. He sat down, he said, you know what, I'm going to write a book that's going to contain all the knowledge of the world. But he couldn't do that in one night, which he had claimed. So the devil showed up, poof, and said, you know what, I'm going to help you do it. But in return, you're going to put my portrait in the Bible. That seems like a lot of help, but the portrait that was put in is pretty ugly. So maybe the devil could have done a bit better that way. Some feedback.
This is probably the world's largest preserved manuscript from the Middle Ages. The name is in Latin and it means giant book. According to legend, it was written in a single night by a sinful monk who was trying to redeem himself from guilt. In despair, the monk turned to the devil who helped him in exchange for the devil's portrait in the book. Therefore, it is also called the Devil's Bible.
And finally the book was created. Now this book exists, but I'm just not sure why does it exist. I mean, people can't really understand what's written in it. Yes, it has some knowledge like about science, medicine, a calendar about some saints and people, but it does not have any divine knowledge. And that kind of proves the point that divine knowledge only comes from Allah, from God. And I also think that the devil tries to mimic God. And uh, he's like that, you know what, okay, Allah has all these books to guide mankind, I'm gonna have my own book and I'm gonna call it the Devil's Bible. Well, honey, nobody could really understand. It's literally lying at a museum. So what the hell, like what are you trying to achieve over here? I'm confused. But it exists and it's there, it's fascinating. In the book, where the portrait is, right opposite to it is the picture of the heaven, the representation of the heaven. And that kind of makes me feel that as if devil is giving a choice to everybody, that either you choose me or you choose the heaven. And I'm like, damn. There's the heaven, and on this side is the devil's. Like, so I think it's a very narcissistic expression of what he actually might feel about himself, that I am equal to heaven. Choose me, choose me. No. Well, I was there. It was dense, dark, crazy, but the only words that I could actually utter were "Auzubillah minash shaitanir rajim." It also has a calendar, and I kind of went all the way to my birth date to see what's happening. And a lot was happening, but again, I could not decipher. So this book just exists in the world, and one has to question themselves that why does this book exist? I mean, definitely somebody created it. What's the real story from the story that we're being taught? And if the devil wanted a book to be written about himself, why is it locked up in a library? And how come people don't have access? How come people can't even understand? Or if they understand, they're like, ah, this is just so basic knowledge, like we know what this is. So what the hell was devil really trying to achieve over here? I mean, he wanted to be part of a museum in a library in Stockholm. I thought he could have aimed higher. The whole experience was actually fascinating because it reinforces the idea that when you learn about God, you must learn about the devil as well. Which we naturally do, but we don't focus too much because we think it's guna. But it's actually good to learn about the nature, get into as many hadiths as possible, as many references as possible, because that would actually help you refrain from a lot of sins and protect yourself from the tactics of the devil, because this guy has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. The book also has a portrait of the writer himself, which is also interesting. He's like, yeah, I'm also gonna imprint myself in the book. See, I'm also important. Everybody likes to be important these days. Research has shown that the manuscript was written and illustrations were done by one and the same person, an unknown
Benedictine monk. The work was carried out in the kingdom of Bohemia, presently the western part of the Czech Republic, and probably took at least 20 years to complete. When the Swedes invaded Prague in 1648, at the end of the 30 Years' War, Cotes Vegas was taken as war booty to Stockholm. It has a calendar?
Calendar picture.
Yeah, so what is this? Large initial with a squirrel. Are you sure they meant squirrel or a spiral? Lions, doves, large initial with animal heads, and then devil's portrait, heavenly city, Joseph's portrait.
Always just your face, just safe.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم